This is Barry Zalma speaking for Claim School Incorporated's blog, Zalma on Insurance. Today we're going to speak about how to defeat insurance fraud by using a fictionalized yet true crime story of insurance fraud from an expert who explains why insurance fraud is a heads-I-win, tails-you-lose situation for insurers. This from my more than 55 years dealing with insurance fraud. This really happened. And an insurance fraud scheme that was born after business failure. The Ben-Cohain brothers, quite by accident, came upon an imaginative fraud. The Los Angeles County District Attorney, after a lengthy investigation, charged them with violation of Penal Code Section 550, insurance fraud, among other related crimes. The Ben-Cohain brothers operated a small furniture assembly facility in Los Angeles County. They imported knocked-down children's furniture made of composition wood and formica and laminates from Israel. They hoped to sell it to wealthy people in Beverly Hills and West Los Angeles who wished to support the State of Israel. The quality of the merchandise, however, was not high, and the Ben-Cohain brothers had a difficult time making a profit, let alone selling any of their knockdown furniture. In 2019, the rains came to Southern California, and a skylight in their industrial building leaked some water onto a small amount of their composition board furniture. They called their insurance agent, reported a claim, and with invoices for most of the merchandise they presented and received, without much difficulty, $75,000 for their actual water damage loss. The Ben-Cohain brothers purchased the salvage from their insurer for a small deduction in their total claim and sold it shortly after receiving payment. With the proceeds, one brother purchased a used Mercedes sedan and other a used BMW. They were soon short of money since they still could not sell the low-quality, knockdown merchandise. They sought out the services of Mr. Rosenberg, a public insurance adjuster, who attached a nylon rope to a sprinkler head 30 feet above the warehouse floor and yanked it out of its fitting. The water flowed for 15 minutes until the fire department came and turned off the sprinkler system. The fire department, with its usual efficiency, vacuumed out the water and protected the furniture, rather than causing the loss that Mr. Rosenberg had attempted. After the fire department was gone, the brothers, noting that insufficient damage had been done by the water from the sprinklers, ordered their 2 laborers to form a bucket brigade. The laborers poured 25 buckets of water from the restroom on the stored furniture, effectively making all of the inventory unsaleable. Shortly thereafter, they called the insurer, and a claim was presented for $1 million. The insurer, unsuspecting, retained salvors to inventory the damaged furniture and determine if any had a value in salvage. While the salvors were doing their work, one laborer came up to him and whispered, quote, "Señor, no es accidente." Close quote. Although the salvor spoke no Spanish, he understood what was said to him. He reported the statements to the insurer. The insurer, American Indemnity Insurance Company, immediately signed the case to Steve Thomas of its Special Investigation Unit. Mr. Thomas retained the services of Spanish-speaking investigators who met with the laborers and obtained the full story of the fraud. American Indemnity then retained counsel to take the sworn examination of the laborers. Counsel provided instructions for further investigation and later examined the insureds under oath at the request of the insurer. American Indemnity, although suspicious, wanted to complete the fair and thorough investigation required of it by California law. During the examination under oath, it seemed the brothers Ben-Cohain had blatantly lied. They lied about the cause of the incident. They lied about what was destroyed. They lied about where the things destroyed were manufactured. They lied about the quality of the knockdown furniture. They lied about the financial condition of their business. They lied about Rosenberg. Hell, they lied about everything. The brothers provided invoices and shipping documents they intended to prove the value of the damaged furniture. The documents proved that the support for their claim was false and fraudulent. They testified that none of their furniture was purchased domestically. At the time, they did not know that their laborers had introduced American Indemnity to a local manufacturer who they had used to make the product even less expensive than the Israeli-made product. The examinations under oath filled more than 4 days of sworn testimony. When the testimony was completed, American Indemnity denied the claim and declared the policy void because of fraud. American Indemnity, following California law, reported the claim to the Fraud Division of the California Department of Investigation and Insurance. The fraud investigator, Martin San Diego, of the Department of Insurance Fraud Division, commenced the criminal investigation that resulted in presentation of the case to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. After considerable work by American Indemnity, its counsel, and almost a year of detailed investigation by the Fraud Division, the Los Angeles County District Attorney filed 7 felony counts against each brother for insurance fraud and grand theft. They had arrested both brothers Ben-Cohain while they were parked illegally near a nightclub on Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood. After spending a weekend in county jail, the brothers were released on $75,000 cash bonds, which only cost them $7,500 each. They left town and forfeited bail. The Fraud Division of the State of California Department of Insurance, the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office, and American Indemnity Insurance Company deserved commendation for their dedication, hard work, and courage in thwarting an attempt at insurance fraud. The 2 brothers, although fearing deportation as illegal immigrants, did the right thing and stopped what they could have been a perfect crime. As long as honest people refuse to stand by and let criminals succeed, there is still hope for this country and its insurance industry. I know things are changing. In the first 25 years I had been involved with attempts to defeat or deter insurance fraud, I could count 10 people out of the thousands I investigated who were arrested for insurance fraud, and even fewer who were convicted. In the last 25 years, cases in which I have been involved dealing with insurance fraud, as readers of my twice-monthly newsletter, Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter, can see, convictions for insurance fraud across the country seem to be increasing. The increase is either due to the serious effort to defeat fraud, or an increase in fraud that is so serious it cannot be ignored by prosecutors. I sincerely hope that the new insurance commissioners and prosecutors across the country will redirect their efforts of their local fraud division and attorneys general to prosecute insurance fraud under their new Insurance Frauds Prevention Acts. Besides million-dollar frauds like that attempted by the Ben-Cohain brothers, effort must be made to bring to justice those fraudsters who avoid attention by committing insurance fraud for small amounts of money repeatedly. The bail bondsman traveled to Israel to collect the $150,000 his company was required to pay when they defaulted and escaped to Israel. He found them only to have his demand for money met with 2 Uzi machine guns threatening his life. Applying good common sense, the bail bondsman returned to California and wrote off the debt as a bad debt on his tax return. In 1990, Moshe Ben-Cohain and Menashe Ben-Cohain started a course of conduct that led to their arrest for insurance fraud. They failed to appear after posting bond and, along with their co-conspirator Rosenberg, are fugitives. This video was adapted from one of the many stories in my book, Insurance Fraud Cost Everyone, that is available as both a Kindle book and a paperback from Amazon.com. If you found this video to be interesting or useful, please tell your friends and colleagues about the blog and the videos and let them subscribe to the blog and videos. It's free, and they will be notified of at least 5 blog postings, sometimes 6 a week. They can also subscribe free for my YouTube channel or my rumble.com channel, where many of these videos are posted, many more than 700. And if you wish further detail about insurance, insurance claims, insurance fraud, and insurance law, please consider subscribing for a very small fee to my Locals channel or to my Substack publications. Thank you for your attention.